Good morning, boys and girls. Welcome to another edition of
Takeover Thursday.
I'm Miss Melissa.
And I'm Miss Anna.
And today we have an excellent, you had to know that was coming, an excellent demonstration that I am so excited about. And there are eggs on the table. This is what I do when I'm staying up too late.
I don't even have any words for you.
And listen, dad jokes for days, man. I mean, I might not be a dad, but like the dad jokes, they run through me.
Awesome.
So anyway, how are you, boys and girls, moms and dads? How are you? A lot going on these days?
There is so much stuff going on right now. It's just kind of crazy.
Been a little nuts. A lot of changes. There's some changes coming down the pike with schools and
some people are going back to school.
Sue's excited about that.
Some people
so far.
are not at school.
Some have chosen not to go back, period.
Yes.
And they're going to stay virtual. That comes with a lot of potential stress, anxiety, technical troubles, burdens. All of those things are wrapped in this bundle of burden.
Yes.
And it's heavy. It's heavy, boys and girls. We see it. We know it. We feel it. Miss Anna and I get on here, and it's fun, and we like to, really dive into the Word and show you fun experiments and things like that. But we're also moms. Of children.
Yeah, and I bet
there's struggle.
Yeah, I bet some of the boys and girls are really sad. They're just having a hard time getting their work done, not wanting to just do what they're supposed to. And that's what happens when you just have a lot of stuff going on. You just don't want to do what you're supposed to because you're just really sad and just
kind of makes you feel a little wonky, a little uneven, a little unstable. Again, that burden is it's everywhere. And so, with that being said, boys and girls, today we're going to talk about Matthew 11:28-29, and that says, "Come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you and learn from me, for I am gentle and humble in heart, and you will find rest for your souls."
So we're supposed to give God an egg?
Well, God is actually... so this is what I thought was. So the reason I brought eggs, boys and girls, is I thought if I felt like we were heavily burdened, or if Anna was burdened, I could just crack an egg and pour the yolk on you, and then if you wore the yolk, you would be protected. So, are you ready? Do you feel burdened?
I really don't want to wear eggs.
Okay.
I've already taken a shower. I'm clean today.
All right. So, boys and girls, I also brought some visual aids.
Oh, yes. Thank you.
Sometimes there are words used in the Bible that need to be broken down a little bit for you, and or have several meanings, maybe, or in time things have kind of changed a little bit. So, boys and girls, we are not talking about this yolk that you see inside of the egg. Very, very different. What we are talking about is this kind of yolk, and I don't know if you guys can see this. Pastor Eric's behind the camera. Can you see that okay? Pretty good?
Those are cows, bulls.
These are oxen.
Well, see, I don't even know. Ox.
So, boys and girls, this is livestock, and yolks can be used on several different types of livestock.
The yoke is actually this wooden thing.
Yep.
So it's a wooden thing, and it goes around their neck. Does it hurt them?
It does not. It actually helps them considerably. So if you just had one of these guys, or even two of these guys, and maybe they were strapped to like a harness or a collar or something, and they're dragging something to either plow the field with, or they're pulling a wagon, or they're toting something, that burden is heavy. It's heavy on them. It weighs on them. It's incredibly taxing on their muscles to pull all of that. However, this yoke that goes across their back actually helps to balance out the load, and they can share with a friend, as you see. And so the load of the pulling or the hauling of the items are actually evenly stretched across this yoke, and that is lessening their burden or their load.
So it makes things lighter because they're sharing with their friends.
Yes, and the yoke, now, there's a single yoke, okay? So this, boys and girls, you may have seen this, where a person can actually wear a yoke as well.
So I'm guessing there's like water in there.
Could be water, could be veggies, could be something from the garden. So when you're one person and you're hauling these buckets, or a bucket.
Yeah, I mean, I've carried a heavy bucket and it hurts your hands.
It's kind of wobbling all over. It's not even. You're leaning to one side as you're jumping around trying to do all of these things. But this allows you to balance the load across your shoulders, fill your buckets. You're still hands-free. So again, this yoke that the Bible is referencing is talking about the yoke that God is helping you with your burdens.
So because
the weight, the heaviness of this world.
Yeah. So say the buckets are filled with water and you're trying to carry it, and you can't, so you have to carry one at a time, and it's hurting. But with the yoke, that's what's making it easier. So God is saying that He'll be our yoke and kind of help us out.
Right. So we're not talking about egg yolk. Egg yolk is going to do nothing for you, boys and girls, as far as protecting you.
Thank goodness, because I really don't want egg on my clothes, my hair. I mean, it might be good for your hair. I don't know. But still, I'm not going to find out.
Nonetheless, so we actually have an example using an example using eggs to show you kind of a little bit about a yolk and how that works and different styles of yolk. So, egg with yolk in it. This is a raw egg, boys and girls. All right. So here we are with no yolk, no protection, nothing is really helping us with our burdens. We're not really stable. We're kind of all over the place.
Yeah.
It's not going to take a whole lot of pressure, anxiety, stress, burden to break this egg. Would be my guess.
But it has a shell. Does
the
shell protect it?
Not as much as having an additional protection of a yolk. Okay? So if you see here, again, kind of willy-nilly, I don't know how much pressure it takes to break this egg with your bare hand, but...
Wow, that did not take much at all. I barely touched it.
Not much.
It was like,
nope. Done, right? So that is breakfast.
So now it doesn't like have anything in it. Like,
yeah. That's it. But it didn't. But you can see, boys and girls, it doesn't take much. If you've got a raw egg and you're just a little light pressure, done. Okay. So the difference is if we were to provide the egg with a yolk, a makeshift yolk, if you will. So here's kind of a base there. So first thing we're going to do is get steady or sturdy. So we've got again, this is another raw egg. Okay. And now this yolk is going to incredibly help with the burden or the weight, the things that are heavy around us, the stress, the anxiety.
So this is going to protect the egg.
It is going to protect the egg.
Here, let me take this egg. We'll set it back here.
Okay. We now have a yolk. And we have a little bit of, let's say, school stress.
Oh, school.
Nerp.
Yep, homework.
Household chores, responsibilities. Taking care of your stuff and your space.
Cleaning your room.
Get a little bit heavy, a little bit stressful. Maybe some family stuff. Maybe not the best communication in the house. Maybe you're bickering with your brothers and sisters, mom and dad.
You got mad at your mom because they were like, "You're gonna clean your room."
Had to cancel a gathering or a trip that you wanted to go and do.
I really wanted to go to Disney this year.
Yep, also a little bit stressful. Keep adding on the stress. Keep adding on the anxiety. Keep adding on the burden. Okay? Is anything happening to our egg?
Nope, still there.
And we're adding more. And we're adding more. That's considerably more weight and pressure on that egg than what it took for your hand just to go, that was nothing, right? That is because this egg is protected by an egg yolk. Okay, well, you get it. No joke, boys and girls, I reached out to a friend of mine who's a farmer and thought about bringing in a yoke and thought, how cool would it be to show an actual yoke? The thing is, these things are massive. And they're made to be pulled by, massive livestock. By the way, they're using their yoke currently. So, yeah, it's a little tied up. It's actually being used to lessen the burden or the load for the livestock that use it. So I wasn't able to get the actual, real livestock yoke in here or the one that a person carries. I wasn't able to do that.
But, I bet if we really wanted to, we could have just taken, a regular piece of wood. It doesn't have to be a fancy thing.
It doesn't.
No. It could just be, a piece of wood that you know, it's kind of like a book bag.
Yes. Oh, yes.
Because if you take a book bag and you just throw it over one shoulder and it's still oh gosh. But if you actually put it on both arms, and a lot of them have the waist strap, if you did that and have it on properly, your books are whatever, I can go run and play soccer.
You're evening out the load.
Mm-hmm.
You're lessening the burden on your back and your shoulders and wearing it, using it properly. So yes, we could have made something like that.
We didn't.
This was an excellent example of the way that that we can yoke the yolked
Melissa.
egg. I know, I can't even right now. But anyway, boys and girls, we understand coming to you from Miss Melissa and Miss Anna, that you see at church and that you see on devotion. We see you, we hear you, we feel it in that regard. But again, like I said before, we're also moms. We have kids. We see the struggles. We know what's going on. We know it's tough. It is tough out there. The burden is heavy, very heavy. And we know we can go to God. We know that God is going to help us with that burden. And you can come to us. You can go to Pastor Eric if you have questions, concerns, issues, if you just want to talk.
You can probably talk to your mom and dad,
Absolutely.
or grandparent, or aunt and uncle, just someone that you're close to. They would be happy to talk to you, and you know what? They might even pray with you about it.
And they know a lot more than you give them credit for. I know you guys know it all. You know a lot of stuff. I get it. I mean, full of life experiences and just so super smart, and probably know a lot more than your parents. Some of you, I get it. I know. But secretly, I think they might know a little bit more than you give them credit for. So please feel comfortable reaching out to them and letting them know if there's a burden, we can help you with that.
Yes. So, boys and girls, there is actually no church this Sunday. It's all online. So, your mom and dad will be able to help you get online to watch the service. I'm assuming there's kids worship online. But your mom and dad will be able to help you with all of that. So we will definitely miss seeing you this Sunday, but hopefully we'll see you the next week after.
Yep, and we will keep you posted on all of that. So in the meantime, we'll catch you online, and you guys have a good rest of your week.
See you later.
Bye.